Alrighty, everyone, we have a new trailer for a movie I'm actually quite excited about. Surprisingly so, I am pretty excited about this. F1, the movie starring Brad Pitt. For some context here, I am not somebody who watches Formula One, so I have no stake in this. As you know, for example, I'm a big baseball fan. Ironically, another Brad Pitt movie. I really was excited for Moneyball when it came out, and I love that movie. But I love that movie also, as a movie, but also as a baseball fan. But for this movie, for Formula One, for F1, I have no stake in it in terms of being somebody who's interested in F1 as a sport. Not to say that I haven't, I dislike it or anything, just haven't really seen my fair share of it. But, I think one of the big selling points, and they know this, right? They know this from the trailer because they're putting in every single piece of marketing from JOSEPH Kosinski, the director of Top Gun Maverick. And look, Top Gun Maverick, I never saw the first Top Gun. I went to go see Top Gun Maverick because everyone was saying you have to watch this movie in theaters. I did, and it was one of the best theater experiences I have ever had. It's amazing. And so, that alone as a selling point for another kind of vehicle-driven movie is, I'm on board. And from the first trailer, I believe the first trailer we talked about after the Super Bowl, I was excited. I was on board because the way that the action maybe is the wrong word, but the way that the races are shot, for example, it felt very reminiscent to Top Gun Maverick. The way that everything's in person, everything is so sharp and in focus and tense. And you feel like you're in the car with the driver, like in Top Gun Maverick. You felt like you were in the cockpit with the pilots. It's amazing. And so I've grown more and more excited for this film, for F1. And now we have a new trailer to talk about. And I'm not going to pretend I know everything about car racing. To be honest with you, when they were talking about in the trailer the fact that, F1 is not an individual sport, it's a team sport. And they were doing all the pit stop stuff. That's a tongue twister. I was really thinking the only point of reference I have for this is the original Cars movie. That movie was fun because, you got to see in animated form, granted, but all the stuff about, when they're getting their tires changed and whatnot. So that's what I was thinking about, honestly, if that tells you anything about how much I know about Formula One and how invested I am in that. But, just again, the action, the way that everything's shot, right? And I love, I love a good, based on a true story kind of movie. But, I'm always worried about them. The other one that I remember was Gran Turismo. I never actually got to seeing that movie because the trailers basically, in my eyes, spoiled the whole movie. And I just kind of hate when those based on a true story kind of movies come out and the trailers are like, oh, well, it's based on a true story, so there's nothing to spoil. I still want to feel for these characters. I still want to know what's going to happen to them and follow along their journeys. And I kind of hate when those trailers spoil the whole movie. So I'm glad that this trailer is just a bunch of quick shots and you get a little bit more of the story. It's the classic, oh, this guy's past his prime. He's a veteran now. Sonny, right? Can he reclaim his glory? And, there's the added stakes of everyone else relying on him, which I like. I like that that's, additional stakes for the character as well, not just, oh, I need to reclaim my glory and whatnot. And Brad Pitt, Brad Pitt is Brad Pitt. He's great in everything, most, everything that I've seen at least. And I'm excited to see this movie. I think that JOSEPH Kosinski, if he just makes a career out of, I don't know what he directed before Top Gun Maverick, but if he just makes a career out of directing these high-intensity vehicle racing action movies, I would love if he directed an X-Wing movie. I know Patty Jenkins was going to direct Rogue Squadron, the X-Wing movie, but if JOSEPH Kosinski comes and takes up that project, I would be so excited for that because that was what that Rogue Squadron movie was pitched as Top Gun, but in Star Wars. So, if he can carve out a career in that space, then I'd be all down for it. So I watched the trailer for the new F1 movie and it's been on my radar for, top anticipated movies of 2025, and it's coming out in just a couple months. And I am very, very excited about it. Guys, have you seen the new trailer for Brad Pitt's F1? Are you excited about it? Have you been excited about it? Or are you still kind of on the fence? Let me know in the comments down below.